I was in such a deep hole, bro. I was so anxious. I was so upset. I was so sad. Everything, all the emotions at once. Whole night waiting for that phone call. I'm smoking. So my cousin woke me up. If it wasn't for Janado, I probably would have missed the phone call.
Shree's gonna be.
Okay, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Young and Gifted, the podcast where we talk to young and gifted individuals. And by young, we don't mean age, we mean young at heart. And we try to dive into their stories and hopefully get some inspiration for some of you guys out there. Today we have a special guest again. I got to see this person grow into the person they are today, and went through a lot of trials and stuff to get here. Today we have none other than Jeffrey Patron, my little brother.
Bang them.
Yeah.
Blessings. Thanks for having me on here, bro.
Yeah, bro, for sure. I know, because I had like a lot of guys who do music and stuff that wanted to jump on, and one of my things with when I started the podcast was that it is not a podcast for self promotion.
Yeah.
It's more like trying to help people and giving people stories and trying to figure out who we are. Thanks that I make the time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I always make the time. Because before you even started, I let you know something still. First of all, bigger brother, my bigger brother. I go by name of Patron, if anybody don't know yet. Patron, I'm a young artist out of Trinidad and Tobago. This is my older brother, Vaughan. I have to make sure and tell you. You give me a lot of inspiration in the sense that you grind and you hustle, boy, dog, boy, you think? You hustle on point, boy. And you spend money, you make sure and put time in the craft. And I know that is something that I learn from you. You understand? I keep learning from you still every day. I still trying to learn even to this day still. You feel me?
Yeah,
but
bro.
Still, let you carry on, blessing and love.
Yeah, bro, you already know what it is, bro. And the same ways, bro. Like for me, is honestly, bro, I take inspiration from everyone. Especially like my brothers, bro. I look at, I see everything, bro. But yeah, it's glad that we're here right now, and it's glad that we could have this conversation.
100%.
And it's not a conversation about music, it's a conversation about life, because I know a lot of the things that you went through and that kind of stuff, and trying to show people that it's not always sunshine and roses, but it's about the dream, right? And it's about keeping the dream alive and that kind of stuff.
100%, bro.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, exactly. So what you been up to these now? Like,
well, lately right now I'm just been up to landscaping.
Yeah.
So far I've been cutting lawns. I cut like about 10 to 12 properties every day, so I keep myself busy. So while I'm cutting these lawns, I find myself listening to a lot of beats. I know it's not about music, but these are stuff.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I find myself listening to a lot of beats during the day. So whilst I'm working, I'm still productive. Even when it comes to music, I'm still making money to feed my family, but I'm still working on my music, my craft still.
Yeah.
So I just thank God for these blessings. I could still do these things whilst I'm work. You feel me?
Yeah,
A lot of people, they don't really,
Yeah.
you know?
So you mentioned that you have a family, right? So you have like when you say family, you have like a wife.
Yeah,
for sure.
man. I have a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
So my wife, Megan, I have 2 kids, Jaden and Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they born here?
Yeah, Jaden and Zion born in Canada. So Jaden was born in Canada, and a year after his birth, I got sent back home to Trinidad.
Yeah.
So I got something called an exclusive deportation.
Right.
That what it was. That's what they told me at the time. So when this happened, Jaden was at like 1 year old.
Yeah.
So I got sent back home. That was in 2016.
In 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
So that's like right before COVID too. Because
Right.
COVID was 2019 only, so it was
so it was like 2 years before COVID, 2-3 years maybe. But when I got sent back home, it was supposed to be for 6 months. The 6 months it ended up becoming 3 years, which kind of had a toll on my mental health,
Yeah.
my physical health, because I started smoking a whole lot of marijuana. I started to lime on the block a little bit more than I should have.
Yeah,
been
I mean,
doing,
it does always start with the mental, right? Like once your mental get breakdown, then your physical is usually right after, bro. That's how it actually works, bro. You know, and it's the same like when you're trying to get healthy too. Like, you gotta get your mental health together before you could try to get your physical health together. You know.
Yeah.
So when you get sent back home, did you go with your family and stuff?
Yeah, so when I got sent back home, the initial flight I took back home to Trinidad.
Wait. Before we go on,
Yeah.
because I heard you say that it's called exclusive deportation.
Yeah.
And because I was watching like your Instagram stories and stuff, and I know it seemed like the way we have this conversation, like we don't know each other, but I having a conversation as if is not my brother right now, right? And we're trying to get information and tell you guys information that it might go over your head and you wouldn't get certain things, right? So, yes, I see that you posted about your music, and the album is actually called Exclusive Deportation, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, bro. So this new album I'm working on, I call it Exclusive Deportation, and mainly because of what we just spoke about.
Yeah.
Because of the fact I got sent back home back in 2016, there was an exclusive deportation they gave me. And within those 3 years, a whole lot of life happened, a whole lot of life changed, you know? So it was a crazy 3 years, bro.
Yeah. Because I know like right now Trinidad kind of different too, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know how that would be for you, but I remember when it was just happening and everything that you was going through and that kind of stuff. So for you, as a person, right, like when you had just get the letter, right? Like what was going through your mind?
So, yo, it's funny thing you asked that, yo. So the first day, when I first got the letter, we were actually right here in this barber shop. So someone came through those doors, they dropped off the letter for me. And when I seen the letter, I was like, oh, I think my lawyer I think my lawyer signed up for me to get through with my visa without even telling me. So I actually thought it was a good thing. I thought there was my visa letter that telling me, okay, Jeffrey, you can stay as long as you want. So I started jumping for joy in the barber shop, bro. So getting home to my wife now, I showed her the letter. I called her, she was so happy showing her the letter. She was like, yo, what the hell? Like, this letter is you have a meeting tomorrow. So I actually had a meeting with the immigration officers the next day I got the letter.
Yeah.
So my lawyer, he lives in Toronto, which is 2 hours away from where we are in London. So he couldn't even come to the meeting. So it was like a sabotage from the beginning, not from any physical humans, but you know where it came from. I believe I know where it come from too, you know? Come from the devil, bro. Trying to stop certain things, you know?
For sure. And it's crazy because like most people wouldn't even understand what I feel like. You know what? Immigrants, we have this joke where we always make joke about like immigration coming fair and stuff, you know, and
Yeah.
like nobody fully understand what I would feel like, especially when you come to a country and you're actually helping build the country,
Yeah.
and you think that you're doing good,
Yeah.
and then something like that happen, right?
Yeah.
So I can imagine how that was for you. So that means that your second son was born while you were still in Trinidad.
Yeah. Yeah. So like when I first got to Trinidad in 2017, January 2017, my second son, he was born in October 20, 2021.
2021.
Yeah, October 2021. No, sorry, October 2020.
Yeah.
October 2020. So 2 years into my stay in Trinidad, my son came. So I had a feeling in my mind, I thought I would have been back to Canada before he even came, you know? Because I was supposed to get sent back for 6 months. My lawyer told me, I went to my lawyer's office. I paid the lawyer a lot of money. I paid the lawyer like $5,000 Canadian. That's like 25,000 Trinidadian dollars, you know? So the lawyer told me, yo, 6 months stops and you're coming back to Canada, bro. So for me, it was like 6 months in Trinidad, vacation with my son. He's going to meet his family. What could go wrong? You know? Everything else went wrong from the time he got there, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I remember when they make you sign something that you didn't even understand that kind of stuff. And the scary thing is that this happens to a lot of Caribbean and African and Indian, like a lot of immigrant workers
Yeah.
that go to these farms
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You know, and they just like once they get injured, they send them back home. It's basically slavery. You know,
Yeah.
like they sleep in a little trailer with like 5 people sometimes, and they don't have good drinking water, and then
Yeah.
right after they just send them back, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
is that same kind of
The same energy. The same energy.
So when you decided that you wanted to go into music and that kind of stuff?
So for me, music was even way before the whole exclusive deportation. The music for me started. So I was in Edmonton, Alberta. That's when I lived in Edmonton, Alberta. That's when we both moved into Edmonton, Alberta. So I remember that's when I think you were working at a barber shop.
Yeah.
And I remember, I don't know if you remember well, but you met someone named Prime.
Yeah.
Right, so a couple nights prior to you meeting Prime, I began just for fun, just writing little music. I was bored. So it all started off of boredom. I was just bored. We live in a basement suite, no windows. You know, you were tugging it out, bro. So you meeting this guy now who happened to be like a huge, like big at what he was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Like, and still now he's still huge at what he's doing, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Prime wherever he is in this world, bro. I love you, bro. Nonetheless, Prime, he took me to my first studio session out in Edmonton. And from then, it was like a match. Just strike, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy that you talk about those kind of times because, you know, I was talking the other day and I was talking about, I introduced Jada to Michael Jackson for the first time.
Yeah?
Right. And she didn't know who Michael Jackson was. So then I started off because she was listening to this song and it was like Michael Jackson. These people were singing over Michael Jackson song.
Right.
So then I was like, yo, this is Michael Jackson's song. This is like a black superhero.
Right.
So then I play Michael Jackson and she's so into it. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hit her with it right now. And I put on a song when he turned white. You know, so I put on Remember the Time. So then I put it on and I was like, yeah, this is the guy. And she looks at me, you can tell she's confused. And then she's like, he? That's a girl. I'm like, yo, it's not a girl. So that's a white girl. I was like, no, that's Michael Jackson. That's who he is, you know. And I was telling her, like when we was younger and Uncle Jeff used to do the Michael Jackson dance
Michael
on
Jackson
the floor.
dance.
You remember those times?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but Michael Jackson was and I think still is one of my heroes, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy because back in those days, I remember mommy one time, she buying us a burnt Michael Jackson CD.
Yeah.
You know? And we thought it was the best gift in the world if it was a Christmas.
Yes.
You know, and we stayed up all night listening to Michael Jackson and trying to learn the lyrics, the Billie Jean.
An Invincible
Album,
tracks,
you know?
Yeah.
The Invincible album was Jason album. And then we had the Thriller album to share. You know, we used to, I remember we used to put like paint on our hands to try to be Michael Jackson. But it's great. It's like I listened to your song about mommy, like like mommy and the things that you say about her, and it did make her cry, you know. And like how was that for you growing up? Like who was mommy to you?
Why? Mommy was my everything.
Well, who she is, because she's still alive.
Mommy is my everything. She, like back in the day, they used to call me, whenever they see my mom, they used to ask her, where's your back pocket? Meaning when she be like, it's the meaning me, because I'm like a back pocket. Anywhere they see her, I'm right behind her coming, you know? So ever since I was younger, bro, my mom was my heart, bro. Sometimes I remember when she would leave to go to work, like when she just started working she just got her first, I could say, big job that started bringing in money, and she had to travel to all the different islands, the Caribbean islands. And when she leave, I remember my older brothers, you and Jason, you guys would be singing her favorite songs, and they make me cry.
Yeah.
Just because you make me remember that.
She gone.
You know?
And like thinking about it now, like like me having kids now, and me being a kid, like kids so wicked, bro. You know, it's like yeah, it was me and everything, but kids so wicked is that we knew that it would make you cry, and we did it, and that probably affect a lot of things that we didn't even understand. And it's crazy that daddy never really stop us when we was doing it. I think he probably stopped us like once or twice.
Probably, yeah.
But I remember we used to always do it, and mommy was just trying to make her life first, right? So she had to leave.
Yeah, she had to.
You know, most of the time she didn't even know what was happening until later on.
Yeah, and that's when
she find out and
she put her foot down on you guys, bro.
yeah. Cause till this day, bro, like whenever I think about doing something wrong, right before I do it, I hear her voice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Saying, why you wasn't there? You know? Like what you doing there? It's like my voice a reason till this day. And the song that you had really, really explain who she is and who she was growing up. And she was always that person who you know could be just, you know? Like
Yeah.
a lot of the times we would get into arguments and with our cousins, and she would never take our side. Like you think because she's our mom, she'll take our side. But
Yeah. And she threw us straight under the bus.
yeah, and I used to get more licks. I used to get more licks on everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I get so much licks that.
Because you had all the mouth.
1 second. Just let that crop. Yeah, I feel like I feel like the person who I am today was because like every adult in my life had just focused on me because I was so mischievous.
Yeah.
You know, and like I used to, I always had mouth, as you say. You know, I used to always disrespect people and that kind of stuff. But to me, it was funny. And now I have Jada, and Jada is the same thing. You know, like sometimes Jada say things, and I'm like, yo, I don't know if this disrespectful or if it's rude, but I'm pretty sure it's rude because it hurt my feelings.
I seen a couple of your posts going back, like recently. I had to hold my head and say, she just like her dad, bro. She just like her dad.
Yeah, bro, Jada is the like my mom always told me, she's like, you know what, you're gonna get, hopefully when you have a kid, you're gonna get yourself. Like before when I was a kid, you know? And it's so weird because I'm a middle child.
Yeah.
And Jada, who is my firstborn, is a middle child.
Yeah.
You know?
Crazy.
So
Crazy.
I had to deal with that from the jump, like having a middle child as a daughter.
Crazy.
With your attitude and your face, you know? Like the other day she said, Daddy, you look like a picket fence. And I said, no, darling, we look like a picket fence. You know?
Get it right.
Yeah, you know, it's like, we look like a picket fence because you look just like me. You know, so...
Nah, but bro, when I think about it for you, bro, like even for, not just for me, but for you and for Jason, and probably even for Jason, it was a bit harder because he remember a whole lot. But our mom, she put herself in certain positions for the bag. She had to do it. If she didn't do it, we wouldn't be sitting down here talking where we is right now. You feel me? So certain things that she do, it probably could have, and even it should, certain things that she do open a door for certain things to enter into the household, meaning probably into my life, into your life, into Jason's life. You know, subconsciously that we don't even see it.
Yeah, bro. And honestly, for me now, I look back like my work ethic, because you talk about like. For me, my work ethic, and everything I see, it come from her. Like a lot of the times, Christy will have to be like, for one, you have to understand that you having the mother that you have was a big advantage, you know, because she got to teach you guys stuff that, you know, that most people, parents would never get to teach, you know. So,
bro, the other day we talking about so I'm working at the landscaping job I'm at right now. The guy I'm working with, my coworker, he was basically trying to blackball me on the job. So basically it boils down to because of people who we are, bro, we're such hard workers. The energy we have is strong energy.
Yeah.
You feel me? So certain people wouldn't be able to
they get intimidated
by it, you know? When it really is all love at first, but then they might turn to something else afterwards.
For sure. But I say this all the time, bro. It's like, was it difference between and because I want to keep the podcast clean, was it difference between a guy who's a hater
Yeah.
and a girl
What?
is that they both see a shine. The girl see a shine and attracted by it. And the hater see a shine and offended by it. It's the same emotion, bro.
Yeah.
It's the same exact. And actually, I heard Drake say it in a song.
Yeah, I think
What was he say love is just haters just love something like that. It was you know that one Drake. He said haters just love I don't know, but it's basically something like that. Actually, and there's a saying. Listen to this, and I wrote this down. It's weird.
It with it.
Watch. So the saying is, okay, and I had it open. I don't know. I had this open in my car ride home because I was just reading it over. I like to read over my notes, and it
Right.
just happened to be still
Open.
You know, it says every form of communication is either a cry for help or an expression of love. So take that in, bro. It's like whenever you have somebody moving like that and they hating and stuff, is that person crying for help because they want to be helped, you know, or it would be the opposite where somebody saying, yo, I see what you're doing, and it's expression of love, you know? And that's just it, bro. So for me, no, bro, I just keep, like, even I remember times you'll be going through some hard times with, like, Christy and stuff, and not hard times in terms of your relationship, even though we have hard times too, to be honest. Every relationship, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, hard times financially and stuff.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, Vaughn, so you just not going and eat nothing?
Yeah.
I told David Goggins, say, you don't know me, son. You know, I was like, bro, I this is not something new to me, bro. You know, this is not something new to me. I actually like those times when you feel like
Hungry.
you feel hungry because now it's like, okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna quit and we're gonna do a regular thing that everybody else doing to try to get the money, or we go and keep with the dream.
Yeah.
You know, we can't be broke twice.
Yeah.
You know, we can't be late twice. We can't be broke twice. You might as well double down.
100%.
You know, so I am a big believer in when you feel like you're at your lowest, it's time to invest 10 times more. And it's not just financially, energy,
100%.
energy, because that's when it's like at the gym, the only time you actually help your body is when your body go through the pain. So think about that, bro. And if you go to the gym every day and you just lift weights that don't get you pain,
Don't rip the muscles.
yeah,
they
bro,
gonna make no
exactly.
new muscles.
You know, so you had to be broken to
Rip
be
it down, to
rebuilt.
build
You
it
know,
back up.
and the Bible talk about it.
Crazy.
You know, you destroy the
Crazy.
church in 3 days and rebuild. You know, you had to be broken to rebuild.
Yeah.
You can't build something with a foundation that's stuck to what it is.
Yeah.
You know, you had to come to a place where you're like, this is it, and now I had to rebuild. And that's what mommy teach me. You know, and that's
100%.
what, not even just mommy, that's what,
But boiling down to the fact, mommy, because it come down to, there's the point I was trying to make earlier, and I think I kind of stray away from it. When I said with the whole me working at the landscaping job, and the guy blackballing me. So in my mind now, so someone will come to me and say, yo, you should probably go to the boss and talk to the boss. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to save up my money and open my own landscaping business. Simple as that, you feel me? I don't have to be under someone I can work hard and reach there. So that's when my wife was talking to her dad about it, because she was kind of scared on the fact of opening a landscaping business. And her dad told her, yo, did you remember that Jeffrey comes from a family of entrepreneurs?
yeah.
And we don't even realize it, bro. We come from a family of entrepreneurs, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, our mom teaches us ever since we younger, we work for ourselves, but still we had to dress up properly to go right downstairs to make packs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, a pack meaning a pad.
Yeah, for
bulk.
sample packs.
Sample packs, bro.
So with me and Christy now, bro, we have this thing where before we say anything, we had to think. So like she'll be like, oh, Vaughn, I could tell you something. I'll be like, you sure you want to tell it to me? And she'd be like, no, I just want to say one thing. I was like, you sure you want to say it? Because once you say it out in the universe,
gone.
I was like, she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, if you have your son
Right.
and your fear, every parent fear is that something happened to the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
But every day you wouldn't go saying, oh, I hope my kid don't get, I hope this don't happen to my kid today. You won't say it out loud because you don't want to put it into the universe.
Yeah.
So why you putting other things into the universe about yourself and about your health and about your future? Why people walking around saying I wonder if I could make it. You know, I'd say I don't even believe in hope, bro.
For real.
Hope is for the weak, bro. You know, you just had to decide what gonna bother you and what not gonna bother you.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's simple as that.
and it's simple as that. And that's one thing I learned is that you could choose if you want to give a F, or if you want to forget about this and give a F to something else.
Yeah.
I choose my battles, bro.
Yeah.
I choose my battles, bro. If I could be on the highway and run out of gas, and I'll decide, I was like, I want to get this, do I want this to upset me? Or should I say, yo, I should have get gas before? And if I take responsibility, then it had nothing to be upset about, because I like, oh, you know, let me just laugh about this.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, bro, so, and that's what I learned from growing up with the mother that we had and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Similar. For me, it was more is that and entrepreneurship and the loving that she always gave us and everybody around us. You know, the fairness in life itself. Like for me, bro, a lot of people, just as we say earlier, you might have a kid. Like when it comes down to it, even if it comes to me going out, if I go to the mall with Jada, meaning your daughter, and Jaden, my son, and we go to the mall and we at the mall, nobody around to see, but Jaden push Jada and Jada fall, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, Jada, you okay? Oh, he didn't mean it, and just leave Jada. Like that's not something I would do. You feel me? I'm like, Jaden, what? I'll be like, Jaden, what are you doing?
Bro,
You know?
Yeah, so it's weird because even if it was that, like, if even if it was Jada that wasn't wrong,
Right, yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she
Same way.
angry about it, I'd be like, okay, Jada, that now is not the time. Right? This is like, for instance, like when sometimes now they come over and I say, yo, go clean the room. She like, oh, I didn't do it. I was like, I don't care. This is your house. That's your responsibility. You want to do it.
Right.
You know? And all those things is things that you just learn from before.
We learn from higher up, from the hierarchy in life. And that was the next thing. Though a lot of people that I grew up with, and we grew up with, but I really grew up amongst them. I would run away from the house to go and chill with a lot of my homies, and like growing up seeing their hierarchy, bro, it was broken, bro. Like it's sad, bro. Like that's what's like. Sometimes it make you appreciate what you have when you're really out there and you see what other people don't have, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people, they might go and see what people don't have, and then they'll be like, that will make them like happy in a sense that you're like, oh, I'm better than you. But it was never like that way for me. It would be like, I would feel a sense of
survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, when you, just to like divert a little bit, like, what like when you on your quiet times, you know, like when you home by yourself or wherever it is, you know, like what you think about in like your quiet times, like what you like to do other than music and that kind of stuff. Actually, I'll rephrase this. I wouldn't dig that deep yet. Let me start soft, right?
Yeah.
We go with like, what do you want? What's your wants?
Some of my wants.
Like what's the end goal for you?
The end goal for me is happiness, success. My vision of success, which will obviously come with happiness still. And
so what is
just being around family, bro. Just being around my kids.
So what's your vision of success? What do you think success is?
Success for me is being able to help people around me that in ways that could probably change their life. Yeah. Not just close family. I mean, like, if I meet someone like Jellyfish, who you can't see off the camera here, who's my producer. Let's say I just run into someone who's like Jellyfish, who's like Josh. Josh is his real name. If I run into someone who has the same energy as Josh, and I have the opportunity to change their life, bro. That is my version of success, being able to help this guy right here,
Yeah.
right now, and don't even have to look back and ask for nothing. But you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Tupac one time, and he was talking. Well, it's a song. It's unconditional love, and he says, and my vision is to be more than just a rap musician. The elevation of today's generation, if I can make him listen, you know, and like that. That's a one bar that always stuck with me. Like even when in anything that I do, even though I do the music because I suck at music, you know, like in anything I do, I'll be like, your vision is to always elevate. You know, should always be to or how you could leave an imprint and how you could touch somebody's life
100%.
and your talent is never really for you. You know, it's always something outgoing. And as Dame Dash say, it's like everybody looking for success and money, but success is you having your kids and your wife home and a bunch of people that love you.
Yes, bro.
You know, and you could go on a trip when you want, and
Yes, bro.
you know you could just do these small things. You know, you'd have to be a multi-millionaire. You know, it's
No,
just
bro.
enough to you could go on a trip when you want, and struggling for dinner or for rent.
Yes, bro.
You know,
Like there's a Jamaican dancehall artist called Sizzler, and to me, he's one of the most successful people I know, bro. Cause he has something called Judgment Yard. I don't know if you ever heard of it. So this guy he built a community for his friends and family, people that he choose to enter the community, and it's like a country within the country. They have their own barbershop system, their own shops for you to get
yeah.
juice and milk, and so that there right there is a that could be happiness for me, bro. Having a place where I could just be around family and friends, bro, and everyone's making money, everybody living, everybody happy like that. Yeah, exactly like that, bro.
Yeah, I think that should be the goal for everybody, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason for life, you know, like
100%.
for me, you know, like whenever I think about it too. You know, so yeah. So in one of your songs you said more time I remember my flight back home, wife was by my side plus someone was it right after that? Wife was
My
by
field by my side, plus my mom, so I would never fight alone.
yeah, plus my son fight alone.
Yeah.
Right. I had to hold my feet watching Zan birch of a broken phone.
phone.
Right? So he was born here while you was in Trinidad.
Yeah, he was born in London. He was like around like 3 a.m. So let me hit the full story, bro. So it was the day before I got a phone call that Megan her water broke and she was in the hospital. You know, so we were always hoping that I would be there before the water broke, but God put it that way that it happened when I was in Trinidad. So nonetheless, when I got a phone call, I went home immediately after, just to wait, just in case for the phone call for when he came.
Yeah.
But he didn't come until the next morning at 3 a.m. So I was in such a deep hole, bro, that the night before, like waiting for him, I was so anxious, I was so upset, I was so sad, everything, all the emotions at once. So I just smoke whole night waiting for that phone call. I'm smoking until I fell asleep. I'm with my cousin, Janado. Shout out Janado, wherever you are, bro. Thanks for waking me up. So my cousin woke me up. If it wasn't for Janado, I probably would have missed the phone call because I was so deep in my trance, you know.
Yeah.
It was a tough moment, bro. It was a tough time. Yeah, it was a tough time still.
Yeah, for sure. And then when you came here, you met him for the first time. He was how old?
He was a little bit over 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 months old. That's why I had him for the first time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and how was that for you? Like, how did that make you feel?
Bro, we're like any other, like, you know how we are as, like, one thing I realize is, coming from the islands, coming from Trinidad, not just Trinidad, coming from third world countries, bro, we put pain to the back of our mind more times. So it's like, for me, it was like, even then and probably till now, it's like, I never face it. So I never really faced that demon. I just always either smoke him away or just like forget about it, you know? So I never really faced that demon head on. The good thing God paid to happen that I left when I left Trinidad, because if I didn't leave when I leave, probably some even worse things could happen, because as I left Trinidad, that's when all the crime started happening.
Yeah.
Like a couple of my homies that we were chilling around each other, deciding to kill each other. So it's like perfect timing that I left when it comes to life wise, you know.
Yeah. We should read this book. Kevin Hart's book is called Monsters and How to Tame Them. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah.
But he speaks about that. But one thing that huge too, though, that we talk about and it heavy in the black community, is that we do therapy. And I tell it's like, therapy is like frowned upon. You know, it's like, oh, this person crazy if you're doing
crazy,
therapy.
yeah.
But everyone
Who's
needs
that crazy
therapy, bro.
guy?
Yeah, everyone needs
Yeah.
therapy. I was telling my wife the other day that I want to start doing therapy, you know, just because, like for me, it's like, I feel like, even out to all my brothers, you know, to all you guys, and
Yeah.
I feel like I am I put the most on my back burner, you know. It's like, like in terms of it being that emotional type and that loving type,
Yeah.
and speaking feelings and that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was heavily because with Jason, like I had to be a younger brother for Jason,
Yeah.
but an older brother for you.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like, and even then it was like I was the younger brother for Jason, but I was the one who would try to absorb most of the attention because I didn't want them to get in trouble, you know. And I would try to absorb different things, and you know, so that now I just realized that even like with Jason, when he was going through whatever he was going through this year, you know, I remember talking to Christy and saying that not for her, but I wish I could take that pain, because I know I could take that pain
Yeah.
and
And then
fart it out, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll deal with it later in my life. But
and that's something that you get from mommy, because I remember one time when I was lying on the block this time, and Flat Top, there's an officer called Flat Top. So all my boys there from Trinidad, I remember who's Flat Top. So Flat Top pull up on me, right, stand up right by the pavilion. Me and a couple of my boys. So when they pull up now, they pull up first of all in an unknown vehicle. If they pull up in a marked police car, by the time they get there, we would have already been gone. They just see dust in the air. Nevertheless, they pull up. As soon as he pulled up, it was guns out, bro. So everyone was like, "What?" This was around this time is when it just started getting to the point where it was that bad that police officers, when they pull up on the block, guns out. Before that, it was like they pull up, they talk to you, "Hey, what you doing?" You know. But then it started getting worse. So it was shocking for us at the same time. So they pull up, we was like, "Oh shit!" And I remember you pull up same time. So the same time the police was searching us, and you came walking up, and they were like, the policeman says, "So who are you?" And then you were like, "Yeah, that's that's my brother. I came to pick up my brother." And the guy said, "Who's your brother?" And you point at me. He's like, "Yeah, that's my brother." He's like, "Oh no,
when he asked me,
remember?"
he was like, and where were you? And I was like, "Oh, I was out." He said, "Oh, where? No, where?" I'm like, "No, I was out. I don't have to tell you where I was." So then the other police officer come and hit me in my, bro, the guy hits me a hard slap. He's like, "Oh, he's talking to you." You know, and then I just look at him, and then he's like, "Yo, just go."
Yeah, and walk off.
You know, and then I went, and then I called the police station and say, "Yo, Flat Top, just do this." And they're like, "Oh, you should come in and point him out. We don't know who Flat Top." I was like, "Yeah, right, bro. Yeah,
Like,
right.
set you up.
Yeah, bro." Next thing you know, Daniel come and he was like, "Yo, Flat Top was asking for you." I was like, "Nah, Not me, bro. You know,
Now, but the reason I bring up that is because it's stem from you taking that slap, just like how you know say, but I could take the lash and fat it out. It's just in that situation, same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Either you take that lash there. Same second one we can get them again is when um we were borrowing people bikes.
You was Stephen Bikes.
We were borrowing people bikes. Me and my boys and them. And one of our boys, well, he decided no.
He get addicted to it, bro.
He get addicted to it.
Get addicted
Yeah,
to it,
he
though,
just
'cause-
started stealing a whole bunch of shit, bro. Like when I tell a whole bunch of shit,
bro, it was everybody had a bike and everybody was happy, you know.
Yeah.
But then he just get addicted to
he got addicted.
stealing bikes, bro.
He stole like over 20 bikes on his own. Nonetheless,
And it wasn't even that we were stealing bikes; it was more bike parts, like
Yeah.
a tire here. But
Yeah.
it was just we were it dumb now, but back then we were just doing it for fun, you know.
fun, yeah. But nonetheless, the one that set off the whole fire was he stole a motor scooter
Yeah,
from an army guy. So the army guy ended up finding where he lived. He got to his house.
he
and
snitched on everybody.
He rough up my bedroom and he snitch on everybody.
Bro, he snitched on everybody, bro.
Everybody
Because
in Savannah.
I remember playing football.
Yeah.
And they come to the park
pull up.
and they come in the police car and they can see him doing this.
Pointing at everybody.
Pointing at everybody. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, these Spanish, boy.
Yeah,
These
so he
Spanish.
point, this
These
guy come up
Spanish.
pointing, he. So by this time when he pointing, everybody rolling dust race.
Yeah,
not
bro.
really
Everybody
feel.
done gone, dog.
So my cousin asked me to go by his house and move the bikes that was by his house. So in doing this now, I reached there now and me and my next brethren run by the house. We throwing the bikes in the bush, throwing it in the bush. I walking around the house and lo and behold, officers coming towards me.
Yeah.
So they hold me with them. Nonetheless, pull around to the front of the house, they talking to me, they looking, they lock them up. And that's when you came again, bro.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
because then the guy was like, I was like, oh, you know, upon the next virgin who come and call me. And I went and he was like, Kobe was gonna go to Canada.
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah,
every
that was-
Friday and we was going Canada this Sunday.
Yeah.
You know? And he's like, oh, so you rather me carry me in the station or you rather me give me 2 slap? And I was like, you know what? He gave 2 slap, let me go. You know, because I was like, if you carry to the station,
I wasn't coming
then I
Canada,
wasn't gonna
bro.
go Canada. So I was like, bro, you know
I
what?
wasn't coming
Best take it 2 slap and let me go. But bro, that was life, bro. Like life was something different. And every experience that we had to put us to where we is right now and where we are right now.
100%.
And that's why I tell people right now, for me is like chasing my dream until I get to live how I want to live, bro. And every other thing and that could be a distraction is David Goggins, you don't know me, son. You know? Like now a certain thing, I'm health in order, so I'm feeling much better. And I could just feel a beast, bro. You know, I could feel a beast and it's about unleashing it. And I see like when I think about our family back home and like Cindy and all these people, you know, it's like a lot of the times, bro, I do talk to them. And I don't talk to them and and it's not that I don't want to talk to them, is I feel like I failed
Yeah.
in how long it taken.
Yeah.
You know, so like whenever I talk to them, I feel like
Like it's
Like
they
guilt.
tell them, oh, just now, soon.
You know, like-
just now, timing again.
yeah, bro, like guilt, bro, and it's unfair to them, you know, and myself, you know, but especially to them because a lot of the times they're just trying to talk to you, you know, like sometimes in you call to talk to you, but just speaking to her, I'd be like, bro, I feel like I'm feeling right now, bro, you know, and I really don't want to tell you exactly what is everything
going on.
happening and everything that we're going through because everybody think like once you're in these countries that you're good.
It's sweet.
You know, and everybody
Yeah.
think, oh, look, he doing this and he doing that and good. And one thing that I try to do is that I try to not just post the good things that we go through in
Yeah.
life. I try to talk about everything to let people see that
We
that
humans
it
over
happening
there.
to everybody, bro. Bro, at the end of the day, success doesn't come overnight or over a year.
Yeah, bro.
You know, yeah, it's like some people who could do one track and then they get big, but that's not what success is, bro. Success is not about how much money you can make in the world. Success is the knowledge that you gain.
Yes,
You know, and the knowledge that you gain will come through relationships and love and also money because you need money to survive.
Yeah.
But I think the person who making somebody making $25 a hour and he living good,
Yeah.
with no stress, that's
Yeah,
success, bro.
success
Once
right
you
there.
once you could be happy and not content, because
100%.
content is the devil blinders for happiness,
Yeah.
and entertainment is the devil's substitute for joy.
Mm.
So if you had to be going to a party every weekend and that kind of stuff, that means that you're really not happy. You had to dig deep and see where it is. So for me, it's like I stopped partying, I stopped drinking now. Well, I stopped drinking often. I'd
Right,
still take
yeah.
like a 1-2 drink, but even when I do take a drink, I feel like like shit the next day. So I trying to know
Slack off from it.
exactly. And you know how I used to drink.
Yeah.
But bro, that's just life. Life just starting to point us in different directions. And
100%. As you get older too, bro.
yeah, bro, and
As you get older, like just the other day. Like right now, I'm talking with like with Miguel. Miguel is one of our buddies from back home. Miguel grew up in a place called the Cuban. So it's a trap. How can I explain it? Like it's a little lane in Santa Cruz, but they're known for selling drugs, and drugs not being no weed. It's mostly like cocaine, heroin, these type of stuff. Nonetheless, he growing up in these for me hanging around these type of individuals, bro. I learned that just as we now talk about everybody's humans, boy, and you might look at like, this guy might be this type of way because he living here, and like Miguel, he got shot, almost killed like 3 months ago, 4 months, maybe not 4 months, like a year ago. Let's say a year ago, him and his brother were almost killed in a shooting incident in Santa Cruz, and now we trying to work on him coming to Canada on the farming program, and he living in St. Vincent right now because of the whole crime scene in Trinidad. But it just have the reason I bring it up is to show you that if somebody like Miguel could say, all right, he could get shoot, they try to kill him, he get shot in his stomach and his foot, and he decide that I'm not going to retaliate. I'm just going to try to move forward still in life. So if he could decide that, who's we?
yeah.
You understand?
But that's strength, though.
That's strength, bro.
That's strength.
That's strength.
And that's the thing with Trinidad, bro, is that honestly, bro, I feel like I love Trinidad to my heart, but I feel like Trinidad on the whole is a trap, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
Trinidad is like there's a few people who doing the thing in Trinidad,
Yeah.
but in Trinidad is either you're so into like parties and stuff,
Yeah.
or the crime, bro, and the crime situation is pretty bad, and it crazy to see people kill each other for no reason, bro. Like because somebody disrespect, because somebody
6 and
disrespect
7.
you, bro.
For numbers 6 and 7.
Yeah, bro. I hear Nipsey Hussle says one time, he was like our reaction to being disrespected. Like he talked about the reaction to being disrespected. It was in that one song as well, but DJ Mustard.
Yeah.
And he was like, we had to like rethink the way we react to somebody disrespecting them, bro, because it don't make sense you throwing away your life and somebody else's life. And when you kill somebody, bro, when you shoot somebody and you kill somebody, or even if you just injure them badly to the point where they can't move and stuff no more. When that happened, that's killing that person, bro. You killing a whole lineage. You killing yourself.
Yeah.
Because that person was linked to somebody who was going to change the whole scene, bro. And make everybody make money like this. It has so much skilled people in Trinidad with music, bro, that everybody could make bank, bro. If people really focus on the real enemy, and I'm not trying to put this out there, but the real enemy is people who holding the money for themselves and setting everybody against each other, then they'll see, bro. But the thing with Trinidad is that Trinidad to me never really had a civil rights movement like America.
No.
Where all the black people came together and see. Bro, Trinidad, you have black people fighting for Indians and none of them own nothing, bro. Because the Indians feel like the Indian and the blacks want to be that like that or something. So
they get money,
bro.
That next big thing.
So that's just it, bro. And It's weird. Sorry, it's weird seeing that, but yeah, bro. Either way, bro.
No, but I strength, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And
Yeah.
as I tell him, I look at him and tell him, bro, you stronger than Spider-Man because when you think about what, you look back to the Spider-Man 1 movie, when Spider-Man had the chance after he underpay from the guy who do the fight for, he was supposed to get paid $100, the guy gave him $50, he was vexed. And a man come and rob the man in front of him, and Spider-Man could have stopped the man. But
Yeah.
Spider-Man was vexed and the man let the man go. You know? So, and he let the man go. That same man he let go went and kill the uncle.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's same thing in life. If you decide to not let go certain things, bro, he'll come back and kill you. Well, kill somebody right or wrong, yeah, boy. You think?
Yeah.
It's serious, boy. It's real, boy.
Yeah, dog. I think it was a nice conversation, bro. Glad that you get to come out
Yes, bro.
tonight, bro. And
Yes, bro. And I know I wanted to introduce my guy, Joshi.
yeah,
Alright, guys. So I go by name of Puchon. All you didn't know from before. Puchon, artist out of Trinidad and Tobago. Look out for me real soon. We gonna bang them out. You dig? This is my boy Josh Jellyfish. This is my producer. Tell them hi, Joshy. Yes, sir. Bang, bang, bang. Alright.
you outside.
You don't know we do it already, bro. Look out, we have a new job coming soon. What's the name of that new job?
In the making.
In the making. Right now, we're still in the making. Just dealing with it. How soon? When do you think you're going to have that one for them?
That one's gonna. By the time this episode drops, it's gonna be.
Alright.
one is
Gonna
that?
hear it from
The
the
next
man
song?
himself.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
That's a beat from Shorey. Shorey on the beat. Shout out to Shorey. Whoever is out there, Shorey. Blessed and love for that beat,
Yeah.
bro.
And me know.
And me know. But Shorey made the beat.
Sorry, made the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shorey easy on the beat.
Thanks for making it on tonight, bro.
Yes, my brother. Well, thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah. And you
Young
already,
and gifted. We outside. Bang them
bro.
up.
And you already know, this is Young and Gifted podcast, and we are filming in Oxenbo Barbershop, London's finest. It was a good episode. We had Patchoon come on and talk about his life and the stuff he going through and the meaning behind his new album that he about to drop, which is
Exclusive
Exclusive
deportation.
Yeah, so thanks.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Never judge a life by others, but by the word of Patron. Bang them. You don't know. Love and respect.
Yeah, bro.